Hello, so this is going to be the first C++ video. It's a bit like the C# series, but of course this one will cover C++. Now, for starters, I'll be covering basic variables, input, output, and I'll just mention namespaces and headers. So, for starters, here is our hello world. This is the program that gets automatically generated when we make a new project in Visual Studios. We'll see here is include. This is a header, so we have a header. Under headers, you would usually have namespaces if you want to have any. Now, as we see, this program, unlike the C#, it does not have a namespace. It's a bit different in general. But yeah, I'll be pointing out some differences between C# and C++ as I go along, because those are the two languages that I currently have on this channel since I started it now. So there we go. So this is our hello world. If we press F5, we'll have the video load. There we go, we have the hello world. Now, something that you might have on the older versions of Visual Studios or different compilers is that, you know, if you don't have the return 0, the console's gonna close automatically. So there you go. If it closes and it doesn't print your stuff out, just type in return 0. So in case you do not see the console appear. But yeah, so to start off with, let's just quickly cover variables. So variables are the exact same as in C#. So we have, mentioning the basic ones, we have the int for whole numbers, we have the doubles and the floats for decimals, and then we have the string, the char for numbers, for basically anything, with string being for long numbers and char being for singular letters, and then we have the bool for true false. Now, like I said, we don't have any namespaces. Now, this is actually a call to a namespace, so this is kind of how you do it. You type in the name and you put 2 dots, and then you can use whatever that namespace has to offer, so it's a bit like a console in C#. So since this is a namespace, what we could do is using namespace std, and now we can simply just remove that and write without it. The reason why this starts without the namespace is because generally use of namespace is a bad practice, because that means that everything in a program will use that namespace, which is not something that you would want all the time. But I'm not going to go too much into this now. And of course, this is a header here. So another header that will be commonly used during this series is going to be the string. So we can actually use the strings because you can't normally use them. So count is the equivalent to console.writeLine. So you type in count, you do these 2 letters, and you write whatever you want. So we could go like, my name is Dominic, hello. And we press F5. There we go, it's there. Now, well, again, now a smaller difference that I'll show now is, so if I write my age is 24, for example, and we press F5, it's going to print on the same line. That's because in C++ you have to either put the /n, or another way to do it is just to do endline. And endline is part of the std namespace. There we go. So now it prints on a separate one. Now, we declare variables in the exact same way, so I could just do int age, and I can equal to it to 24, and that way we just disable it here. But instead of using a plus symbol, we just do the 2 lines like this. Oops, why did I put 24? There we go. And if we quickly press play, there we go. It prints the number that we've assigned it to. So now let's try to manually input the age. So we would use the keyword sin, and we do the reverse of the 2 slashes, and we take in the variable. So let's clear it out from here so we don't actually have anything, and we just do sin age, keep everything else as it is, press play. let's just put a different number than before just to show it works, and there you go, it works. So that's basically the input output, and just a quick explanation on variables. Again, if you want to know more exactly what are the limits for variables, how they work, there's plenty of sources online. They're not really relevant to the series, but yeah, see you in the next one.